We sometimes get the question when we have a married couple and only one is applying for Medicaid, does the other spouse's income or assets factor into whether or not the sicker spouse will or will not qualify for Medicaid? And it's not always an easy answer. Generally speaking, again, so I'm gonna separate the two spouses. I'm gonna say the Medicaid spouse, which is the one who either needs care at home or in a facility and is applying for Medicaid, and then the community spouse is the spouse who is healthier and not in need of long-term care services. Okay, so when you have a married couple and of course only the Medicaid spouse is going to be the one applying for benefits, the community spouse's income does not factor into whether or not the Medicaid spouse will or will not be financially eligible to receive Medicaid long-term care benefits. However, for a few different reasons that I think are beyond the scope of this video, Medicaid will ask for proof of the community spouse's income anyway, and maybe I'll do another video as to why that is. But even though they're going to ask about it, it is not going to factor into the eligibility determination for the Medicaid spouse. Okay, obviously the Medicaid spouse's income is absolutely a factor and is very relevant, obviously so. When we're dealing with assets, then what belongs to one spouse belongs to the other. Right? So the assets of both the community spouse and the Medicaid spouse are going to be relevant and taken into consideration. The community spouse is allowed to have what's called a community spouse resource allowance, and I have another video on that. That amount changes every year, but it is a significant amount of money that they're allowed to have that is beyond the $2,000 limitation for the Medicaid spouse. Okay, so again, married couple, one does not need Medicaid, they are allowed to have their community spouse resource allowance or CRSA. But anything beyond that is going to be counted against the Medicaid spouse when determining the eligibility. So sometimes additional planning is needed when you have a married couple and the community spouse's assets are in excess of the CSRA, then we have more planning and we have various ways of doing that. So hope that answers that question. Assets are jointly considered subject to some exceptions. Income is, the community spouse's income is not going to factor into the eligibility decision, but it will still be disclosed. And I think that's as short and simple as I can keep this one. If you want to learn more about asset allowances and income allowances and how we can protect the assets of the community spouse or the well spouse to get one of a married couple onto Medicaid long-term care benefits, whether that's receiving home health care, assisted living facility care, or nursing home care. If you're anywhere in the state of Florida, please schedule a consultation today. Thank you for watching.